Hi, my name is Score, and today I'm going to be talking about my Platinum collection for the first time. I'm very excited because I've never done this before, and I want to show you what I've been doing all these years. This might take a while. Make yourself comfortable, grab something to drink or some food, or a controller and start that grind while we are going through my Platinum collection. This is 8 years in the making, and let me know what you think about my collection. I would love to read your opinion in the comment section. Enjoy, fellow trophy hunter. First of all, these are my stats. You can see them on top of the screen, and I'm currently at 8,504 trophies, 175 platinums, 873 golds, 1,819 silver and 5,637 bronze. My completion rate is 63.54 and I have 5,170 unearned trophies. Here we go. My first ever platinum was The Walking Dead for PS3. This game was great and it brought me to tears. And I got it in 2012 by just playing. Back then I wasn't a trophy hunter. That didn't come until I earned the platinum in Until Dawn. And that's why I consider Until Dawn my first platinum as a trophy hunter. Technically it's my second, but this game started it all. I got it around my birthday, and within 2 days I earned the platinum, because after my first playthrough I was curious what I had missed, and so I looked at the trophies and earned all of them within 2 days, and that's it. That felt so great. And then I looked up other games and earned more trophies, not platinum specifically, but just trophies. And my next platinum was Game of Thrones, the Telltale game. I bought it because I was a Game of Thrones fan and it had an easy platinum, and so I bought it and earned the platinum. The next one is Far Cry Primal. This one is a good game, surprisingly. I know many people consider this not as good, but I like the refreshing setting and I like the base building part of it, and overall I had a very good time with it. And Far Cry is one of my absolute favorite series because at heart I'm an explorer, a open world fan. You will see this in this list. There are many open world games, and so I'm happy that I earned this platinum. Next one is No Man's Sky. Now, I hadn't heard of the hype. I hadn't, what's it called? I didn't pre-order it, yes. And so about 1 day before release, I thought, interesting. Let's see what's all the hype about. And I bought it on release day or a day after, and played it, and I enjoyed it because I had no expectations. Yes, compared to now it was very bare bones, but I enjoyed it and I got the platinum within a few days. So I wish I would have waited to play it, because now it is much cooler and many more functions, but I don't regret it at all. It's one of my favorite platinum journeys, to be honest. And I think that started my platinum love for open world games. I know they are grindy and all of that stuff people find annoying, but I don't mind it too much. I put on a podcast or a second screen video by my favorite content creators like Platinum Bro, Adam McDermott, Ludi XP, Guy Furuski, all of them. They are great. There are many more. and then I grind. The next one is actually pretty unusual for me, because let me see when I started playing this game. Oh, let me see. Open up your inventory. Yeah, in 2014 I started playing Minecraft for the very first time. I've been avoiding it, or not avoiding it. I wasn't interested in it because the graphic looked too blocky for me, for my taste. But when I started it, I fell in love, and 2 years later I earned the platinum. And this was actually really, really fun. Then the next is another Telltale game. I Am Batman, the first Telltale Batman series. Another easy platinum, but I enjoyed it. Then we have Horizon Zero Dawn. This game looks amazing, and I like Aloy the character and the machines, but the story didn't catch me too much, I have to say. It's a good game, but not so much my type. It is open world, and the platinum was okay, but I wouldn't play it again. The next one is another open world game, and it is Assassin's Creed 2. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It made so many things better than the first game. And yeah, I went back in 2017 and earned a platinum. I had to collect a few more feathers and 2 more banners. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this game, and that started my love for Assassin's Creed. Next one is Life is Strange, a cute little game. I have to say I liked it, and the twists, okay, yeah, were cool, but I couldn't relate too much because I've never been a high school teenage girl, and yeah, it was okay. But I have developed a love for the series. They are cool games, and we will see some more games on my list. Next one is Second Son. Second Son, the third game in the series, or fourth game in the series, I'm not sure. And yeah, the PS4 one of the PS4 version. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The next one is Far Cry 4, and it is marked as unobtainable. Okay, that's strange. I didn't know that. But Far Cry, yeah, as I said before, this is one of my favorite series. And the second one was okay. I did like the villain, but overall it's an okay game. People loved it, and I have it in my collection. Then we have another Frontier game, the Walking Dead game. Sorry, the third one. The second one doesn't have the platinum, right? At least I don't think so. I didn't like the approach of Clementine being a side character, but overall the series is very fun. I liked it. Let's go and look at the next entry in my collection, the Lego Lord of the Rings game. Now, this game was very, very fun. I have a lot of good memories with it, and yeah, I mean, the disco whale is one of the best things in gaming history. If you know, you know. Then we have another Telltale game, and The Wolf Among Us blew me away, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it. I'm looking forward to the second game. It was a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Then we have one of my proudest achievements, or trophies, platinums, and it's Mad Max. The Mad Max open world game, another open world game, yeah. And this was the first time I went back and grinded for a specific trophy. So there is a trophy in the game where you have to beat all the challenges, and one of the challenges is to kill X amount of enemies with a car, with the spikes on your car. And I had cleared all camps, and the spawns of people, enemies in the open world was very limited, and I drove around for hours to find the people, and yeah, it was a grind, and this taught me how to grind properly. I think the first grindy trophy was in No Man's Sky, survive on a hazardous planet for X amount of time. That was grindy as well, but this was the first I fondly remember. Yeah. And after that, I earned the platinum in one of my favorite games of all time, The Witness. It blew me away. At first, I was a little bit, what's it called? Disappointed. But overall, the puzzles are fun, and I have played through the game many, many times. And the biggest challenge, of course, is the challenge. Beat the challenge in 6 minutes or less, I think. And I grinded and grinded and grinded, and I was too stressed out about it. I took a break, and yeah. But when I came back, I was more committed than ever, and I turned off the music, and on my second attempt, I beat it. It was a fantastic feeling, and one of my proudest plats. Yeah. Then we have the most fun platinum I have on my list, Far Cry 3. This is the PS3 edition. I loved Vars, I loved the music, I loved the setting, I loved the story. I find it very entertaining. Characters, yeah, a bit bland, but overall the game was fun. The flow was, yeah, I love this game. This started my love for Far Cry when I first played it. Fun fact about this game: before that game, I had never played a first-person game, and in the beginning of the game, I struggled so much with it. What it's called? I walked slowly and jumped the towers, and that's how I learned how to navigate, because at first I couldn't deal with any of it. The first person camera was so off-putting, but I got used to it, and now I have no problem with it at all. Yeah, Far Cry 3, absolutely a fantastic game. It might be a bit dated, but yeah, still my favorite Far Cry game. Then we have Hellblade, a very cool experience. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. It's very cool how they captured the voices inside Senua's head. Yeah, very cool. Then we have another open world game, Assassin's Creed Origins. And to be honest, I was so happy about it that they changed the formula from the Assassin's Creed games, because I was tired of it and I didn't enjoy them anymore, and the new formula brought back at least my passion for the series, and this won't be the last game in the series that's on my list. Then we have another game I'm very, very proud of. It's Uncharted 1 for PS3, and this was the game that taught me how to survive the hardest difficulty in a game. Crushing difficulty almost broke me, and I have nightmares because You die so fast in this game, so quick. Two shots and you're done. And I struggled a lot, but it was absolutely worth it. And the Uncharted series is one of my favorite series. And yeah, this is one of my top platinums. Rime, the next one is, I'd say, an easy platinum. I played it because I like to explore foreign worlds. The trophy icon isn't too bad, but it is nothing special, I'd say. Nothing memorable. Nothing too memorable, in my opinion. After that came God of War, the 2018. I'm a huge God of War fan, and I want to complete the series at one point. I think this was my first God of War Platinum, and I had played all the other games before, I started on the PS2 actually with the series 1 and 2, played on the PlayStation 2 for the first time, and they blew me away. They were the first games I considered adult games, because I had never seen such gore, and they blew me away. I liked Kratos. It was tragic and brutal, and yeah. And when they announced the reboot, quote unquote, and the fourth title in the series, the main series, I was excited. I liked the concept of Dead of Boy, and I liked it, but I didn't enjoy the combat, or at least the progression system in the game. The progression system by finding new armor and whatnot, that's not my type, and I was a bit disappointed in the game. The story is fine, but it didn't work for me. Please don't hate me. It's a fun game. Enjoy it. I don't say it's a bad game. It's not. It's really impressive actually, but yeah, the story, for me, it lacked the scale fights. Yes, there are some dragons, some trolls, some end boss fight with Baldur, but overall the one camera shot vision, that limits the epicness of the series, and the series is so epic. The third one is beyond. I recently played it. I have played it, and it's still my favorite God of War. So please don't hate me. It's a fun experience. Not my favorite God of War. My favorite Souls game is Bloodborne, and that was my first platinum from the FromSoftware collection, and I struggled a lot, and I had heard so much about it and get good, and I was so scared to start it, but I got it for free on PlayStation Plus at one point, and I thought to myself, I have nothing to lose, let's try it. And yeah, I struggled, but when it clicked, it was mwah. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and this game changed my opinion, because before that I was like, I need story, I need great characters, blah blah blah. Gameplay isn't as important, and this game is mainly gameplay, and I had fun. This is one of the games I played through multiple times, even after the platinum. Fantastic game. First Souls game, highly recommended. And I was a noob. As I said, the first hard game was Uncharted 1, and Bloodborne was the second one. Yeah. Detroit Become Human, cool game, very branchy. Yeah, there are so many decisions you can make and outcomes. I was actually surprised. I don't mind a David Cage game. Heavy Rain is one of my all-time favorites. Detroit is more complex, I'd say. Yeah, and I enjoyed my time. with it. Then we have Spider-Man, another Sony exclusive game. I enjoyed it. I don't like it as much as many trophy hunters in the community. But yeah, it's okay. And after all this, my first very easy platinum, someone can consider it grubby platinum. I got it within 15 or 20 minutes. Yes, at that time I was so curious about it, and I wanted to continue my platinum strike. And I bought it, got the platinum, was satisfied. But now I kinda regret it. It's okay. I didn't mind it too much because I say to myself, I play a variety of games and I want to collect as many experiences as possible, and this one had me curious, and yeah, it's an easy platinum. So what? Lara Croft, yeah, the Go game. I enjoyed the puzzles. It's also an easy platinum. If you get stuck, you can look up a guide and finish the rest. I like Lara Croft, I like Tomb Raider, but it is not one of my favorite. One of my favorites of all time is the remake of Resident Evil. That one was my second Resident Evil ever. Before that I had played the Resident Evil 7, but I hadn't earned the platinum. This was my first platinum Resident Evil, and I didn't mind the 8 playthroughs I did to earn the platinum. This game is so much fun, and yeah, a beloved game in my opinion. Highly recommend it. Another one with an easy platinum. It was nice, but yeah, I play these easy game most likely after a harder platinum or a time-consuming platinum to level myself, and yeah. Next one is Day of the Tentacle, and I played that because it is a point-and-click adventure. I haven't had too many. I mean, Telltale is kind of point-and-click a bit, but this one is a classic, considered by many people, and yeah, so I had to try it. It has weird puzzles, and I enjoyed my time, the quirkiness, and yeah, what can I say? Then the next one is another Walking Dead, and I think this is the Vita version because I wanted to play that game again. I have so many good memories, and so I bought it for my Vita, and that's the second The Walking Dead Season 1 Platinum. Of course, the final season, Walking Dead Season 4, I liked it. It had an emotional ending, not as much as the first one, but overall this game is fun. It mixed up the gameplay a little bit. You have to collect stuff, and yeah, a little bit more gamey than the other ones. I enjoyed it. Sea of Solitude, an adventure game where you travel by boat to certain locations and unravel what happened to your family. I like to support indie titles, and I recommend it. Check it out. Next one is Uncharted, the PS4 remastered version. I enjoyed it, and I knew since I had earned the platinum before, I could do it a second time, and I did it. And I also did the second game, which is actually my favorite Uncharted. It had blown me away back then when I first played it on the PS3. It has the best action sequences, the best opening. It has the best lines from all of the series, in my opinion.
And Nate.
Hey, wait. Now, don't jump to conclusions, Elena.
I'm sorry. I'm sensing some history here.
Oh, Elena Fisher. Last year's model.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's a step up from the first game. It might be a bit dated, but overall, you can't go wrong with the Uncharted series, especially with the second one. And I get it, if yours is the fourth or the third game, that's fair. The second one had the biggest impact in my life. Okay, then we have Erica, a full motion video game, my first one in this regard, and I had to play through it too many times, but overall I enjoyed it. Then we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, I think this is Odyssey. I didn't enjoy it as much as Origins, to be honest, but it is an Assassin's Creed open world with the new formula. I liked it. Yeah. Then we have Donut County or Country. I'm not sure. Donut County. Okay. Yeah. This one is another easy one. I bought it after finishing Assassin's Creed, of course. Nothing too special. Yeah. And then we come to this one, The Long Dark. This is one of my favorites. I followed this game's development since 2013, since the Kickstarter came out, and I am blown away by this game. It is super hard. I have played it on PC, I have played it on PlayStation, I have bought it for Xbox and for the Switch, and I have over 600 hours overall. It's a 6 out of 10, requires a lot of playthroughs. 200 hours for the Platinum. It's my rarest Platinum in my collection. I'm super proud of it. And that one was the one, Platinum number 40, that kickstarted the next level. This was the game that taught me, hey, I can play harder games. If I can do this, let's try harder games. And I try to challenge myself more and more. So I'm really happy with this one. Slide, oof, this is my fastest Platinum. I think 30, 40, 60 seconds, something like that. I regret it, but after my Platinum in The Long Dark, I wanted something easy. I wanted to extend my Platinum rush, and I bought it, and it wasn't worth it, but yeah. So after that, I earned the Platinum in Uncharted 3, the remastered PS4 version. It is a fun game. It has great action set pieces. The story continues. Then I had Midnight Deluxe, another easy Platinum trophy. I don't want to talk about too much about it. I have a couple of them. As you can see, my name is Mayo. Around that time, I was really obsessed with increasing my Platinum count for a while. And so I bought the easy games, and I was curious about it. I had heard a lot about My Name is Mayo, and so I bought it. I clicked the X button 10,000 times. I regret it, and I won't play the others even for the memes. I hate that term. Yeah, I'm not proud of it. But it is gaming history, so what? It is an experience, and all my easy Platinums, I take them as a reminder to not do it again. I have some easy ones, some grubby ones, but yeah. Then we have Deponia, another point and click, I think. It's by a German studio. so I wanted to support them. It's fun. Has weird puzzles. Yeah. Life is Strange 2. I actually enjoyed this game, and I could really relate to the protagonist because he is an older brother. I am an older brother. The ending was a bit strange and confused me and wasn't satisfying, and so I don't like it as much, but I enjoyed it, and yeah. After that, I earned the Platinum in Greece, a fantastic game about loss, the 5 stages of loss. Very impressive visually. Gameplay was okay. Yeah, cool game. Then we have Life is Strange Before the Storm. That one is my favorite actually. That surprised me. I liked Chloe and Rachel together. My favorite. Then we have the coolest Platinum icon of all time. Not my favorite, but the coolest. I mean, look at it. Lost Ember, an indie title by a German studio, game dev studio, and you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking!
I mean, it's hilarious. I played that one to support the studio, and I got rewarded with a very funny Platinum icon. Yeah. Check it out if you haven't. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I got Platinum number 50. And this one is one of my favorite games of all time. Joel is my favorite character of all time, video game character or character in any media. I have spent the most amount of time following his journey. I watched countless hours of Let's Plays. I played through it countless times. And I wanted this as my milestone number 50 since I had earned the Long Dark Platinum. And it sounded ridiculous to try because it had a lot of difficulty trophies. I had lots of collectibles. It had multiplayer trophies, and I wasn't sure if I could do it. But I did it, and that's one of my biggest achievements, biggest successes in my history of trophy hunting, and I'm very proud of it. Yeah. So we have 50 platinums. Let's go to the next. There it is. Heavy Rain. Nice. Yeah, this is actually my favorite platinum icon of all time. I enjoy this because it is unique. You can identify the game immediately. It looks cool, and the game is one of my favorites of all time because the choice-based story was
appealing,
and I felt with Ethan. I wanted him to succeed. All characters could die, and I had the perfect run until I was tricked by the game. My blood pressure was too high, and I accidentally killed one of the characters, and I was so pissed. But yeah, the platinum is actually pretty, what's it called, dragging, I'd say, and it has a few spikes in difficulty, but I enjoy this game, and so I'm very proud of this in my collection. The Long Reach is another easy platinum. I think I played this on my Vita. I'm not sure. Yeah, nothing big to say about it. I mean, it was December, end of the year. I had plenty of free time, and so I played it. And I tried to make Far Cry the last platinum of the year, Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, the PS4 remaster, and I didn't, but it was my first platinum in 2020. Then we have Hymno. Hymno is another easy, crappy platinum I'm not proud of. Yeah. Days Gone actually surprised me. I had heard a lot of bad things about it performance-wise, and I picked it up because it is open world, it is Sony exclusive, and I picked it up after the final patch had been released, and so most of the stuff that didn't work at launch and caused bad reviews was gone, and so I enjoyed this a lot, actually. The characters grew on me. The first half is but it picks up and I enjoy it. Then we have another Souls game, and of course it is Demon Souls on the PS3. And this one was so much fun. I had a ton of challenges in front of me, but in the end I managed, and it is my second favorite FromSoftware game because the atmosphere is unmatched. The grind for Pure Bladestone took me 12 hours, 10 of them in my first save, and then I found out on Reddit that the spawn rate of Pure Bladestone can be nearly impossible, and then I started a new playthrough, played to that grinding spot and grinded for 2 hours, and then I got it. So very memorable for me. Yeah. Then we have Goat Simulator, another crazy game. It was fun. Flappy Goat nearly killed me, but I survived that. I remember that, playing that game during lockdown, so yeah. Then we have Uncharted 4, the final entry with Nathan Drake. I enjoyed the graphics. The graphic blew me away. 2 is still my favorite. Then we have This War of Mine, which is a really, really depressing game, and it's a hard game, and I had to give a lot to earn this platinum, but it is worth it. Then we have The Order, a great looking game, but it didn't feel good to play it. The collectibles were dragging, the story is confusing. I didn't, but I guess it's fine. Then we have Tomb Raider, Shadows of the Tomb Raider, actually the third game in the reboot series, and I have nothing to say about that except the last collectible glitched on me, and I was so furious. I abandoned the game and found out months later that the devs had patched the game, and I went back, picked up the collectible, and earned the platinum. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Then we have another Lego game. The Lego game Avengers Marvel Superheroes, something like that. Lego Marvel Superheroes, yeah. This one wasn't as much fun as the Lord of the Rings game. This one felt dragging, to be honest. Then we have House Flippers, and House Flipper, I enjoyed it. It's calming. And then we have the Dead Space Platinum. Actually, this is my first horror game, and I remember shitting my pants. Yeah, I was shitting my pants. I thought to myself, yeah, just be as immersed in a horror game as possible. So I played it at night. It's dark outside, no lights on. Bad mistake. Bad. I played for like 30 minutes and had to stop. Nothing happened during that time, but the atmosphere was killing me. The next day or so, I sat down in broad daylight and played a good chunk of it, and yeah, it's memorable and one of my favorite games of all time. I'm looking forward to check out the remake when it's a bit less expensive. Let's word it that way. Then we have the Tomb Raider reboot. This is the PS3 version. The multiplayer grind was tough, was hard. But in the end I found a few people to earn the last remaining trophies. And yeah. Then Salt and Sanctuary, very confusing at times. But I had a ton of fun. I played it on my Vita. And yeah, another game of variety in my collection. Then Skyrim. Oh yeah. This game is special and it's an open world game. It has dragons in it. And I had a glitch actually that prevented me from finishing the story. When I came back, I had to replay the whole game, and overall I think I have 300 hours for this platinum. So then we have Beyond Two Souls, another David Cage another David Cage Quantic Dream game. It was okay. I didn't like it as much because the stakes weren't too high, because we only follow one protagonist. The story was fine and emotional and it had some good parts to it. I enjoyed it. The conclusion is fine, but I wasn't too invested in it. And yeah, I went back at one point and earned the platinum. Then we have Graveyard Keeper, another fun game. It is long, but I like the Graveyard Keeper style setting. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Then this game is called Ancestor: The Humankind Odyssey. It's by the creator of Assassin's Creed, and it's a game about evolution, and you play as apes and you progress further and further. The game tells you nothing, and I struggled a lot to get into it, but when it clicked, it was fun. It is another open world game you can explore. I liked it. I loved it actually. Then we have Subnautica, an underwater open world game. I enjoyed my time. I shat my pants maybe 2 or 3 times. Just kidding. No, that this game is scary. I don't have thalassophobia or something. The fear of water or something. No, I don't have it. So this game was fun. Trüberbrook. It's a point and click adventure with stop motion animation, and it's by a German game dev studio. I wanted to support it, and so I bought it. Yeah, easy platinum. Then we have Batman Season 2, Telltale, easy plat. I enjoyed this one more than the first. What I didn't enjoy was Far Cry 5. The setting was promising, to be honest. The villain was promising, but how they structured it with the very open missions, no, it felt random, and what can I say? I hated it. I was disappointed by a Far Cry game. Least favorite. Then we had Doom, which has one of the best soundtracks of all time. Not gonna lie, loved it. I'm not a big shooter guy, but yeah, I kicked ass. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Mick Gordon, you are a genius. Then we have Telling Lies. It's another full motion video where you search through a database and discover a story of 4 connected people, and I enjoyed it. It was a bit dragging to earn the platinum, but okay. Then another Souls game, and it was Dark Souls 3. This is my favorite Dark Souls game because it is modern. It has a lot of similarities to Bloodborne. Yeah. And but the platinum grind was dragging, farming those silver knights. Ugh. And skeleton in the catacombs. Ugh. No.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
I enjoyed my time with it.
The Last of Us Part 2.
Phew. What can I say? Joel is my favorite character of all time, and if you haven't played it. Whew. So, the story, yeah, let's don't talk about the story. The gameplay is fun, the animation is fun, the soundtrack is fun, everything is at top-notch level. Naughty Dog has upped themselves, and it's a great game, to be honest. I didn't like the story. What can I say? I can appreciate what they did, and I always say that I'm always up for new experiences, experience for adults, grown up, and this game is unique, and I think I got what I wished for. I'll leave it at that. Then we have Dark Souls, the remastered Platinum. It's a great game. It's fun. I love the connected world. And the Platinum grind was also dragging with all the weapons and upgrading and but the world is fun to explore. I enjoyed my time with it. Another drag was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I liked the customization, the lightsaber battles, the characters, but the cleanup with the holo map and how the world was connected with loading screens and you had to return to your ship. No, thank you. I hope the second one is better, but I'm going to wait a few months to play it. And yeah. Then we have Ghost of Tsushima, a fantastic game in terms of visuals. The gameplay was a bit and the story didn't click with me too much, but I love the wind mechanic in the game. That is one of the most beautiful things. I love when games manage to put in hot elements into the game's world, like for example the Dead Space. You can see the ammo, you can see Isaac's health, and that's very, very cool and immersive. And the wind in Ghost of Tsushima was fantastic. I gotta say, I want more in-world elements like that in other games. Very immersive. Then we have what it's called, Seasons After Fall. Yeah, cute little game, short, nothing too crazy. Then we have Nier Automata. This game was crazy. It was fun to play. I enjoyed it. Confusing at times, but I see why many people love this game. Uncharted The Lost Legacy, another Uncharted game, but without Nathan Drake. And at first I was kinda hesitant to play this game, but it proved me wrong. I enjoyed this game. This is actually my second favorite Uncharted. And I'm still surprised that I'm saying this, but I remember it being, surprisingly good. I liked the characters, and it wasn't too long. Probably because of that, yeah. It's a shorter experience, Platinum Journey, but I enjoyed it very, very much. What I enjoyed even more was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Actually, this is my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Yes, it is long. Yes, it is dragging, but I love the setting, the Viking setting, and yeah, it's fun. Control was okay in my opinion. Yes, it got a lot of praise, and it has one very memorable moment in the game I enjoyed massively, but overall I was more confused than entertained, and it's a bit sad, but it's not too bad Platinum Journey. Then we got The Last Campfire, a game by the same developers as No Man's Sky. Cute little puzzle game. Yeah. Then we have Air, an open world game with a special art style. I didn't enjoy it as much, but as you can see, it has a completion rate of 75%, so it's an easy platinum. What can I say? Yeah, I was curious, but it wasn't as I had hoped. Then we have Man-Eater, which is a fantastic game. I enjoyed it. It was short. Play as a shark. You rip off people from their boats. This was a cool platinum journey at the end of 2020. And with this one, Shadow of Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, yes. This was platinum number 90, and this started my road to platinum 100. Now, this game, I have a little bit of history with the game. I played it when it came out or something like that, and the game creates random enemies. And my nemesis was an orc with a lot of strength and few weaknesses, and it was he had poisoned arrows. He had no fear for fire, no wasp fear, nothing, and he kept killing me. And I leveled him up, and I wasn't ready, and I abandoned the game. And on around that time, December and January, I returned, started a new playthrough, and that time it went much smoother. I beat the game, earned the platinum, and that, was platinum number 90. Then another open world game, The Forest, an ultra rare, and I loved the game. I didn't like the cannibals on the island, but fortunately you can play in creative mode and earn most of the trophies there. It's really dragging at times, but I enjoyed my time with it. Open world games are just my thing. Then we got Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second and reboot. This one took me a while because of the challenges where you have to earn the gold medals, but on January 14th I decided to return to the game and earn platinum. Then we have South Park, The Stick of Truth. Very funny game. Lots of missable trophies. I had to play through the game 3 times. South Park humor is beyond. It's funny. Then we have Lord of the Rings, War of the North. It's a co-op Middle-earth game you can play with up to 3 people. It's a PS3 game, and I'm proud of it that I went back to it. Because I love my PS3. It's a cool game. Dying Light, another open world game. Zombies. I love the parkour.
And the
multiplayer sessions I had with the guys from PSN Profiles were fun. They were all overpowered and dropped me some of the weapons. So after I had finished the multiplayer, I had a lot of weapons, and I could earn some of the harder endgame trophies because I had good loot. So thank you for that, buddies. You will always be remembered as the guys who dropped me insane weapons. Then Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This one surprised me because I have watched the cartoon, the anime, and I had all of the mangas, all the 40 something books in my collection. And to experience the complete Dragon Ball timeline from start to the Cell Saga was so much fun. I had never seen the story in its entirety, and so I was really surprised by that, and it was a cool game. Then we have Resident Evil 7, another game that scared the shit out of me, to be honest. But after I had finished the Resident Evil 2 remake, I went back, I collected all the stuff I had to, and then I got the, what's it called, the blade cutter, or it has a special weapon that makes the harder difficulty a lot easier, and I enjoyed my playthrough on hard difficulty. Stranded Deep, another open world game, or rather an open sea game. What can I say? I enjoyed it. It was long. It was dragging at times. I had a glitch that almost prevented me from earning the platinum. At one point my raft disappeared behind me and I was trapped on an island, but fortunately I had enough resources to craft a mini raft and escape to my main island. I had a heart attack, to be honest, because I did it all in one playthrough and I was at the end and yeah. Platinum number 99, Dark Souls 2. It took me a long time to get into it, but only because I didn't knew adaptability stat was a thing. I struggled for 30 hours, but when I came back to it and found out about the adaptability stat, the game became much more fun. It has a beautiful hub world, some cool bosses. It is not as bad as people make it out to be. And of the Dark Souls 1, 2, 3 games, it has the least grinding platinum journey. That's all I can say, and that's why I like it. Platinum number 100 is Fall Guys. And for this story, I have a very cool story. First of all, I don't play multiplayer games, I don't play competitive games, but I started it because it was free, and yeah, I enjoyed my time during the first season. When I came back to it, I found a boosting server, stood in line, I was at place number 70, and so I helped at least 60 people earn the 5 wins in a row, and when it was my time, they carried me through the 5 wins, and it was one of the most fun experiences to boost with 60 people. It was fun, and I still love the fact that it is an online multiplayer competitive game, and I enjoyed my time with it. That's 100 platinums. It was April 2021, and yeah. Let's see what I got after that. This one is Death Stranding. And what can I say about it? I enjoyed my time with the game. The story was confusing AF, not gonna lie. But I had fun building a zipline network and deliver my stuff all around the map with the help of online components from other players, and another open world game I enjoyed. Then we have Concrete Genie, a short little indie game. I enjoyed it, nothing too crazy. Yeah. Then we have Late Shift, another full motion video game, and I enjoyed my time with it. This one is actually my favorite one because the story was cool. It wasn't too dragging to earn the platinum. I enjoyed it. Now, on the other hand, The Bunker, not so much my type. The setting is great, the atmosphere is great, but the gameplay was just wasn't fun. No. Then Sekiro. Whoa. Sekiro. Yep, I struggled a lot. It is definitely the hardest FromSoftware platinum in the Soulsborne series. I struggled my way through the game, and when I reached the end boss, he whooped my ass, and I had to take a break for 2 years or something. But when I returned, I looked through my inventory, put on all the buffs, and tried to overpower him and finally beat him, and this was kind of crazy, to be honest. The other playthroughs went very smoothly. What can I say? Enemies, bosses I had struggled so much with on my first playthrough were a walk in the park when I returned to it, so it's a fun game. Next one is Infamous First Light, the standalone DLC for Infamous Second Son. The neon powers are very cool. It is not as long as the other Infamous games. I enjoyed it. Now, Hollow Knight, this game, hard. And somehow I managed to struggle through all of this. I still feel exhausted when I think about it, to be honest. A Way Out, short little game, co-op game. I had to find 3 different people to earn the platinum because my first brother let me after a while. Then I found someone on PSN profiles to boost with me, but he had to go at one point, and then I finished the game with my second brother. Far Cry 6, another Far Cry game. I enjoyed this a lot more than 5. Yeah, it's better, it's fun. Don't know if it is because of the island setting. That reminds me of Far Cry 3. Don't know. Shadow of the Colossus, PS3. This one was really, really hard. It took me 10 years to finish it. And the time trials on hard, especially is it second? Or third Colossus? The one with the sword in time trial within 6 minutes. Oof. That one was tough as nails. But I managed, and it's one of my favorite games of all time now. Eco, fantastic game. It took me 10 years also, and the speedrun wasn't too bad. And I enjoyed my time with the game. Hades is another game that I didn't think would be in my list because it is roguelike, and usually I like roguelites. I hate roguelikes, sorry. I hate it, but this looked fun, and they put in a lot of options that make the game a little bit easier, and that way I could finish the game, and I appreciate it. It's a cool game. Some trophies are based on RNG, and that wasn't the fun part, but overall I enjoyed my time with it. The Plague Tale Innocence game, I had heard so much about it before I played it, and I was a little bit disappointed, but overall the game is fun, cute. I plan on checking out the second game, have bought it, have
Not.
played it. Then Shadow of the Colossus, the PS4 version, is much more forgiving, and after I had beaten the PS3 version, this one was a walk in the park for me. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, great game. I prefer this version over the PS3 version, to be honest, because it looks fantastic and is less tracking. Another game which still blows my mind is Stardew Valley. The 2 trophies that require you to play the arcade game, Journey of the Prairie King. Took me way too long, but eventually I got it, and one of my favorite games because of that. Destiny 1, another game that surprised me because it is looter shooter, which I hate. It is online, it is shooter, which I don't like too much. So on paper this game is nothing that I enjoy, and this game came on my list because my boss back then asked me to play with him, and I bought the game and wanted to explore the world, but he ran so far ahead and I couldn't keep up, and I was stressed all the time. So I abandoned the game. But in January 2020, I earned the platinum. Dust, which is a 2D Metroidvania game. It was fun. It has challenges. They weren't too hard. Elden Ring, I enjoyed it. I liked the open world. I didn't like it as much as the others. What I liked about this game is the opportunities it gives you. Sorry. There are so many options. You can level up. You can try different builds. You can respec your character a lot. I did that 5 or 6 times for different bosses, and I enjoyed that. That one is cool. Is it a Souls game for beginners? I don't know. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, it is so open, you can get lost very easily. My favorite was Bloodborne because it was more closed, but Elden Ring is a pretty good entry point to the series. Next one is A Short Hike, another indie game, and I wanted to play it because I wanted to support the one-man dev team. And I saw a presentation by him. I think it was GDC, Games Developer Conference. And he told the audience about the development process, and I thought, yeah, let's support this man. I bought it. Easy platinum, very relaxing. Another game I liked is For Changing Tides. Yeah. It's the second game in the Far series. Far Low in Sales is the first one, which unfortunately has no platinum. The second one has, and both games I highly recommend. They are cute, they make you think, great atmosphere, check them out. Really, really cool game. Now, Sifu, another game which I thought was too hard in the beginning, but I managed to finish it. And even the hardest difficulty, or the hardest trophy, which requires you to play through the game with 2 or less deaths, and I managed to do that even before the patch with the easy difficulty added was out. And that's one of my most proud moments, because I suck at skilled games. Yeah, another Skyrim, the PS4 version. I love this game. Another 200 hours, but it's a comfort game. Next one is Infamous 2, which I enjoyed going back to. It's an open world game. You have cool powers, and the Infamous series has a special place in my heart. Why that is, I will tell you when we come to the next entry in the series. Kona, a atmospheric mystery survival exploration walking simulator. I played it because of the setting and the platinum icon, which is really, really cool, I think. I love the yellow one. Yeah, it's not too bad, and I enjoyed my time with it. Then we got Immortals, Phoenix Rising. This one was a bit dragging because I had a
glitch
in the end game, which forced me to replay the whole story again, and my second playthrough wasn't fun at all. Unpacking, a short little indie game, very cool. It's a Sunday game. You put it in, you enjoy it one evening, one afternoon, and yeah, then it's done. I enjoyed this game a lot. In the Rays of Light, a walking sim, cool atmosphere, but not very challenging. I liked it, but it is nothing too special. Far Cry New Dawn is a game that surprised me because I thought I would hate it. First of all, it came after Far Cry 5, which I hated, and it has purple weapons, orange weapons, colored weapons, and I don't like it. I don't like picking up a gun with a different color with slightly better stats. That's not my thing, and that's why I thought I would hate it, but it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed my time. Another Far Cry in my collection. Yeah. Stray, what a cute game. The cat was... the speedrun trophy wasn't too bad, and I had most trouble with the chase scene where you have to beat the chase scene without getting grabbed once, and it was very heavy on RNG, but I managed to get it, and yeah. Next one, Cult of the Lamp. Very cute game. It's a roguelite game where you build your cult and then go into dungeons, getting resources and new members. I enjoyed this game a lot. I had a glitch that prevented me from earning the platinum. Fortunately, it got patched. Cool game, I enjoyed it. Then we have Bully, which is a Rockstar open world game. And you can...
Definitely see that.
It is creative. You play as a kid who is put into a boarding school, and you do a lot of bad stuff. You beat bullies, you kiss girls, you participate in classes, or you don't. That's up to you. Yeah, it was fun. It is the smallest open world, and that's why I could survive the platinum journey. GTA 5, 4, Red Dead, I don't know, man. Rockstar games are not for me. But this game was fun. Then we have another Resident Evil game, the third remake. I enjoyed it, and I heard it wasn't as good, and I agree. But this game is short, and I enjoyed my time with it, and I probably will earn more platinums in the Resident Evil series. And then finally, I got a PS5 in September. So cool. Astro's Playroom. Yeah, what can I say? A fun platformer, and usually I don't like platformers, but this one was fun. It has nostalgic moments, and yeah, very cool. Then of course, Slayer of Trophies in Demon Souls Remake. This one was fun, another Souls game. I think that completes all of them. I'm super proud of it, of the whole series, and that tells you, if you struggle with it, that you can do it, because I was a noob, but I found ways to complete all of them. And yeah, all these games give you a lot of things to overcome the challenges, to make it easier. What Remains of Edith Finch? I have played this before the PS5 version, but the PS4 version doesn't have a platinum, so I happily played through this game again and earned the platinum in a small short indie game, which is had unique moments in it. Then Metal Hellsinger, which is fantastic, really fantastic. It's a rhythm-based shooter with a kick-ass soundtrack with a lot of metal icons, and I enjoy this game a lot, and I suck at rhythm games. Then we have Horizon Forbidden West, and I must confess I don't like the game. Yes, the world is beautiful, but this time the game didn't grab me a lot. I'm glad it's over. Sorry, Aloy and Guerrilla Games. It's open world. It's on paper. It's a good game, but I think it plays safe. It wasn't engaging, and I can't exactly describe why. I just feel I don't know. Next one, Infamous. And this is the first one. Infamous PS3 version. And for that one, I have to say that this is my first Infamous game, and the game I earned my first ever trophy in. It is a journey 12 years in the making, and it was still fun. I returned to it. I had fun. Yes, the stunts in the game are a bit tricky at times, but yeah, you can do it. Oh, the shards. Yeah, the shards. Collecting all the shards. Blah. Okay, then Murdered Sole Suspect. Interesting story, mediocre game, and all collectibles are missable. I didn't want to play through the game twice, and so I followed a guide, and that destroyed the playthrough completely. But it has a nice platinum icon. Then Gas Station Simulator. Now, The first 30 hours were fun. The rest 66 hours were a drag. And I hated the time. I don't know why I did it. I wanted to be one of the first achievers, but I kind of regret it, even if it's an ultra rare. Next. Overland, a turn-based game where you escape from the east to the west coast in a setting where monsters come out of the earth. Usually not my type, but for some reason I managed to get through all of the trophies, which are not easy, because it isn't roguelike. If you die, you start in the beginning, and the harder difficulties can be tough, yeah. But yeah, another ultra rare, 15 achievers. I'm proud of it, especially because I'm not the most skilled player. Okay, then another Lego game, Harry Potter Years 1 to 4, and I enjoyed this one a lot. This one is a game for December. You put on a blanket, you brew a tea, you make tea, or chocolate or whatever, some cookies, and then you play a chill Harry Potter Lego game. After that, I went back to Men of Medan, and I did it because I don't know. We're dragging the first playthrough was okay. Not my favorite, not as good as Until Dawn. Yeah, the trophies were horrible. 2 playthroughs where you only have to pick one side, one only hard playthrough, only mine playthrough, and I couldn't do it. Fortunately, they patched in some glitches where you could finish the game, and if you had a certain save from before, you could replay the last chapter, and both playthroughs would unlock. And so I got the 2 trophies, and then the cleanup wasn't as bad, but this is my least favorite choice-based game. Sorry. After that followed Sorcery, a PlayStation 3 move game, and I enjoyed my time with it. I was surprised that all of my equipment still worked, and it still does. And yeah, okay, fun game. Glad I could add this to my experience. Oxenfree, a cool game, a bit confusing at times. Then we have God of War 3, my favorite God of War. I enjoyed this a lot. Then Toem, another easy platinum. I enjoy creative games like that. It's small, it has a cute art style, it has a nice platinum icon. Nothing wrong with it. I recommend it. Then the Lego Harry Potter Years 5 to 7. It wasn't as much fun as the first game. Then the first trophy in 2023, Ratchet and Clank, my first one. I enjoyed it. The look is awesome, and I will play another Ratchet and Clank game at some point. Cool game. Didn't expect it. Then we have The Last of Us Part 1, the remake. Easier trophy list, better graphics. I like the remastered more, to be honest, but it is okay. I didn't buy it full price. I bought it second hand because $70 is too much for a game. I bought the PS3 version full price. I bought the PS4 version full price, and I'm not paying a third time for an even more expensive version of the game. Sorry, but good game still. And here we are, the next and last page of all my trophies. Another God of War. Let me check which one this is. Chains of Olympus, the PSP PSP title, remastered for the God of War collection number 2 for the PS3. I enjoyed my time with it. The easiest God of War so far in my journey. Yeah, I'm glad I'm one step closer to finishing the whole series. Then we have Medium, an interesting game. Relatively easy plat. Cool platinum icon. Yeah, a mystery game. Yeah. Then the Gardens Between. Now this one has a cool platinum icon. The game itself wasn't as much fun as I had hoped. It's a puzzle game with a unique mechanic. Wasn't as fun, but what I enjoyed more was the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Chemistry between the characters were great. The combat was okay. Yeah, the story was fine, and I enjoyed my time with it very much. Then we got Hogwarts Legacy, another open world game. I enjoyed exploring the open world, but 600 collectibles, man. Ooh, too much. I didn't connect with the characters, to be honest. I liked exploring, seeing all the places running around Hogwarts. They captured perfectly the sense of being at Hogwarts, so it's a good game. Then Uncharted 3, the PS3 Platinum. Now it is marked as unobtainable, but fortunately I had to only play through the crushing part. I had already earned the multiplayer trophies before the server shut down, and so I could finish the platinum for this one. What still bugs me is, or boggles me, or pisses me off, is when I earned the multiplayer trophies for the PS3 version. I also earned one of the 2 multiplayer trophies for Uncharted 2, but not both of them, and so I locked myself out of earning the platinum for my favorite Uncharted game, the PS3 version, and that's so sad, but it is what it is. Sad story. Heavy Rain Master, again, this one is the PS3 version, and I went back to it and finished it a second time. I enjoy this game, what can I say? Then we have The Complex, another full motion video game. What I liked about it is the fact that you can skip cutscenes if you have already watched them. Okay, then Celeste. This is a fantastic platformer with a heartwarming story. I enjoyed the story a lot, but of course I had to use the assist mode at one point. The C-side, B-sides are crazy AF. Sorry. But yeah, it's a fun game, cool platinum icon. I enjoyed my time with it. Then we have Tomb Raider Underworld. I earned the platinum because I wanted to have platinum icon in my collection. That's the main reason. And I enjoyed my time with the game. Old school Lara Croft is the best Lara Croft, period. Then I managed to get back to God of War Ragnarok. Now I played this game in 2 chunks. First I blasted through the story, which was much better than the first one, much more compelling, and maybe I liked it more because I knew what I was getting into. I think my expectations this time were lower, and so they upped their game. More enemies, more crazy fight scenes. Overall, more polished, of course. And yeah, but then I stopped playing the game because I was exhausted. I was not ready to do all the grind, all the side missions, all the collectibles, all the fighting challenges. But yeah, in April I went back to it and I enjoyed this part. So I think this is a better game than the first game. But I'm glad it's over, to be honest. Next one is Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is another game that surprised me. I had low expectation and it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It isn't too bad, although there is a New Game Plus trophy, but it is short. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Miles more than Peter, I think, and that's a cool thing. Looking forward to Spider-Man 2. Another game that surprised me is Dredge. And Dredge is my game of the year so far, because I didn't expect a game about fishing to be so immersive and so cool. The mechanics of filling your inventory, selling fish, gathering resources, exploring in a setting where Lovecraftian horrors await you. Let's put it that way. It's a fun game, crazy atmosphere, dark. I enjoyed it a lot, and it is not too long. Yeah, the collecting all fish is a bit dragging, but game of the year so far. An indie game that surprised me is a good indie game. Then I played Life is Strange True Colors, finally. I don't know why I waited this long. It is probably because the Platinum icon sucks. I find it so disgusting. No, disgusting is not the right word. I find it so ugly. But the character itself, Alex, the protagonist, is cool. I enjoyed my time with the game a lot. It's my second favorite Life is Strange game after Before the Storm. Then I played Submerged 2, Hidden Depth. This game relies mostly on the same few mechanics. You climb, you collect, you drive with your boat. It is not much fun in terms of gameplay, but exploring the world was so cool. I'd say I enjoyed my time with it. Then we have Road 96, which is a choice-based game. You are on a road trip and meet different people. It is short. It was fun. Towards the end, it was a bit dragging. Oh, what we got here. This is another what's it called? The Dark Pictures Anthology. Yeah, The Devil Within Me. I found out about this game that it has no draining, hearts only, mind only playthroughs. And so, as a fan of choice-based games, I played this game and I enjoyed my time with it. Yeah, cool game. Then Blair Witch. This game has a cool platinum icon. I mostly played it because of that. But the dog in this game is so cute and adorable, and he made the playthroughs so much more fun. I had to play through the game twice because the game glitched on me. Next, Superhot. Now, I'm super proud of this because this is one of my games I wanted to finish for this year's challenge. But this was one of my trophy goals, and I finally managed to beat the game without dying. This was the one thing that was holding me back, and I tried and I tried and I tried, and I finally managed to do that. Cool platinum icon. I'm still pumped about it. Yes. Then Tomb Raider Legend. Yes, that one is my favorite Tomb Raider game. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, less exploring than I thought, but overall a fantastic game. It has one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I'm so happy this one is in my collection. admit it has a cool concept and isn't too long. Yeah, I like the platinum icon. Spirit of the Knot, the same thing, cool platinum icon. The game isn't too long. There's a lot of collectibles, and I missed 2 of them, so I had to replay certain parts, but overall it was a fine experience. Next one, The Artful Escape. Now, I played this one because I wanted an easy platinum, because I wanted to get to 175 platinums faster, because I will tell you at the end why. It wasn't too dragging. It was crazy, a bit too crazy for my taste. Next one is the of Rachel Forster, which is a short walking sim, very atmospheric. It has some crazy moments in this, but overall nothing too scary. I played it because I wanted to get to 175 platinums, and here we are, the final platinum of my collection. So far, Final Fantasy X, the biggest childhood dream, became true. I saw this game when I was at a neighbor's place. We played it for like 2 hours, and since then I was hooked. More than 20 years ago. And finally, the platinum is mine. I'm super happy, super proud. The grind was almost unbearable, but I managed to overcome all the challenges, all the blitzball, all the chocobo races, all the grind for finishing the board, all the hard bosses. It was exhausting, but it was so worth it. I enjoyed my time with it, or most of it. And yeah, that concludes my platinum collection. But wait, there's one more thing. Here is a teaser for my next project. Hi, I am Score, and I have a confession to make. I talk bad about my skill all the time, inside my head. Hard platinums are just impossible for my level of skill. My skill is medium at best. My platinums are not that impressive, everybody could do them. And usually, I drown my feelings in easier platinums to comfort myself. I am not competitive, I don't need a hard platinum to prove my worth as a trophy hunter. All that stuff. But not this time. This time I decided to do this. Subscribe to not miss my next video. Here's a video where I talk about my trophy goals in 2023.